Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Monday Night Mayhem show. And I am joined with our fearless leader, the one and the only Bearded Chief, and Bearded Chief and
Hello.
I's little brother, 30 Spray J. Bishop is feeling under the weather today, so he's not going to make it, so you're stuck with the three of us. But anyway, fellas,
Four.
how was your weekend and what's going on?
Four.
Four, three.
There's three and a half. My grandson's here,
Right,
and
right.
he's right here. I just got done feeding him, and the girls are having a night out. And my daughter's birthday yesterday. She's 28. So
Nice.
my
Right.
wife and her and some of her girlfriends, I think they're going to go have margaritas or something. I don't know. And me and the wee Spartan are sitting here having a great time with you guys tonight. And in light of all the stuff that's going on in the world lately that everybody knows about, we want to do a show tonight that's a little more fun and just get your mind off of things and interact and let's have some fun. Mr.
Right.
J.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be invited onto the Monday Night Mayhem. Gives me a outlet for my mayhem. But tonight, let's, kick back, relax, chill with your boys, talk about some beards, grab a drink, grab a vape, grab a smoke, whatever you got. We're here, we're chilling, and we're going to ride it out. And you might smell something sensational, but hey, it's because I'm this close.
Wow. Wow. Well, guys, I had a good time this weekend. I was actually in Ohio this past weekend. I went to Ashland and I actually competed. I got third place in full beard 6 to 12. I felt pretty good about that. I lost to the guys who took number 5 in the world and number 7 in the world, and that
Wow.
took first and second. So I was honored. I had a lot of fun. There was a lot of muscle cars there. There were some pinup girls that were from the Buckeye that were there. So it was a great time. Chris Hall put an awesome event on with the Appalachian Beer Mafia. So it was definitely a fun time. So now that I said that, fellas, should we say hi to everybody? Shall we get the highs going?
Please.
All right. Jay
Let's get this
Summers. Looks
in.
like Jay Summers was number 1. What's going
Hello.
on, Jay? How you doing? And we got the one and only Kilt Beard Co. What's happening, guys?
Hello.
And we got Santa Ellen. What's going on, Sleigh Bells Mowing? Probably cooling down for you. I know he works his butt off outside, so hopefully the cooler temperatures are making your days go by a little bit easier. Definitely check his channel out. He's got some fun stuff on there at all times. We've got John Fox. What's happening, Mr. Fox? How you doing?
Foxy
And
John.
we got the one and only Swamp Pixie Ronnie Painter. How you doing? We've got Jacob Baneblends. What's going on, man? How you doing? We got Jim Murray here, Small Town Traditions. What's going on, brother? Hopefully you're having a good day. And who else do we have here? We have Raven Beard Company. What's going on, Gokun? Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully you had a good weekend. And we got the one and only, the dapper man himself, Jeff Harmon. What's going on, Mr. Harmon? I got my fedora in today, Mr. Harmon, so I'm going to start designing my outfit. Not that I can be as dapper as you, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get there one day. One day. We got Copper Johns, Melissa. What's going on, sister? How are you doing?
Jelly Melly.
Who else do we have here? Scroll starting to pick up. Hopefully I don't miss anybody. Jessica R, what's going on, Jessica R? How you doing? And we got another rock star in here. We got El Pud. What's going on, El Pud? How you doing, brother?
Mr. Pud.
And my gosh, he must have the night off. We got the bearded squash. What's going on, Garrett? How you doing, man? Man, you are working too many hours.
Garrett!
Man, I don't know how that guy does it, man. Everybody thinks I'm busy.
There's 1 hour off and he's spending it with us. We appreciate you.
Right. Here we go. We got Uriah Hobbs. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Who else do we have here? Bishop, our brother, is watching from his bed. Bishop, I hope you feel better, brother.
Feel better.
Yeah, definitely feel better. And we got William Quaker. Good day for Kazakhstan. What's happening, brother? Nice to see you.
What's
All
it?
right, guys.
1 o'clock in the morning there? 2 o'clock
Right.
in the morning?
Right, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. All right, guys. With that being said, what do we got going on this week? Tuesday night, we got True North Beer Company. Tara does her show. What an awesome show. Starts at 8 o'clock. If you haven't checked her out, check that show out. And tomorrow night, we will have the Slay and Anchor show.
I know
It
those
is
guys.
a live review show. And
Those guys are all right.
we like to, I don't know, Chief. I think we like to call ourselves the warm up show for Terra, right? For True
Yes.
North. True
Yes.
North. Yeah. So if you haven't checked us out, we go on at 7:15. So check out the Slay and Acre show. It's definitely going to be a fun time. And Chief, I think we both know who the guest is this week on the Trace Amigo show.
Yeah, he stood next to me.
So proud. Santa
Yeah.
Tom will be so proud, right?
Yeah.
We got Christopher Henning, the bearded Texan.
Bearded Texan. Yeah.
Yep. And then after the Trace Amigo show, we have Melissa Knows. Melissa, always a fun time watching her shows. She does such an amazing job. Please check her out. She goes on at 8 p.m. And then after Melissa, we have the Bearded Respect, which goes on at 9 o'clock. Check them out. I believe, do you know who they have this week?
It's on the tip of my tongue. I just seen it not long ago.
I did too, and I cannot remember.
I'll think of it.
Yep. And on Saturdays, you have Santa Talk with Santa Tom. Definitely don't miss out on that. Santa Tom has such an awesome show. And our other Monday Night Mayhem brother has his show, Beard Talk with Bishop. I believe he's got Mikey's Beard Co. on. Yeah, I believe he's got Mikey's Beard Co. on. And not this weekend, but next Saturday, the 27th, we got Slaywalker Encounters. That's myself and 30 Spray J. He interviews Tactical Santa. It's a fun show. Come on and see if you want to learn anything about Tactical Santa. On Sundays, we got Suplex Syndicate live at 7 p.m. Has myself, 30 Spray J, and the Elegant Sasquatch. And after that show at 7, we have What's the Crack, and that was on at 8:30, and that's Baker, and he does such a wonderful show, guys. Check him out. I always love watching him. I always got to catch him on the repeat, though, man. Sundays, I get off my show, and I got so much going on, but what an amazing show. Check him out. Set your notification for all these wonderful shows that we talked about. Set your notifications because it really helps all these shows out when you watch them. So give them all a watch. And next up, fellas, what's in beard today?
Well, since we're popping out today, I thought I'd put in some Florida Boys Grooming Poppin' Bottles. It's a little champagne, a little pineapple, nice cologne scent for the day.
Well, we're wrapping up our review for our live review tomorrow, and I've got Orca by 8-Bit in right now, and I'm kind of chomping at the bit to get a collaboration with Jim in. It's that 7-Up kind of squirt, that Sprite, that crisp scent. I want to start rocking that tomorrow. And Mad Donkeys has some new stuff that I got to get in the face for too. So, but today, Orca.
Right. I've got Flaming Beard Santa Slay in, and I gotta tell you what, man, I love this one. I'm gonna have to order up some more of this, but what a fantastic scent this was. I believe this came in it was either number 1 or number 2 last year on my Christmas scents. But I love Flaming Beard.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked Flaming Beard out, go give them a follow. They make some awesome stuff, and Santa Slay is definitely a must-have for the holiday season.
Can I make a suggestion on that?
Yes, sir.
They've got little skulls. They're crystal-looking skull. They're glass, but they're crystal-looking skulls. They're like $4.90 something, $5.
Air cleaner.
I've got them in every vehicle I own, and they last and last and last.
Right.
Go get them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And if you haven't checked them out and you're wondering about scent profiles, they have probably one of the coolest sample sets. I believe it's $15, and it comes in a tin. And it is amazing. You cannot beat the price. If you're on the fence, check out the sample set. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
let me throw in on that too, Miss Ronnie. If you're still in the chat, I did email you and your husband, and I definitely have a cart ready to order today. Got to get me some more Mastermind. The timeline accelerates now for.
Okay,
Okay.
All right, Megan.
let's bring
All
it.
right.
Right.
What's that? Well, because it was like 100 days or something.
So when the countdown originally came on, it should have put it at Black Friday.
Black Friday.
So if he's accelerated it, we'll have to look on a calendar 45 days away. If anybody's got a calendar out right now, 45 days and see where that puts us.
I got you.
Okay.
Halloween.
Okay. So.
Oh, what do you make her? Says William Quaker. I'm sorry that I had to.
Right. And hello, Jacob. All right, guys. So I'll tell you what. Let's get into our fun questions of the night. Are you guys ready for this?
Let's rock.
Are you ready? I don't think you're ready.
Well,
Man,
the comments are all going to come from the chat, I think.
Right.
This
Right.
is all nostalgic kind of stuff. So
Right.
bring it. Let's go.
Definitely.
All right, fellas. So first up, we got Mayhem Music Fun. So let's tackle this one question at a time. Favorite band of all time versus guilty pleasure band.
Okay, so my favorite band of all time, and it's probably something y'all have never heard of. Matt from Florida Boys, actually, he posted a thing on. Anyways, they are Mayday. They are from Miami, Florida. Independent rock rap. They don't really have a genre. They have some jazz. Great guys. I've actually got to meet them. Very humble. And my guilty pleasure band. Ooh. I'm going to have to say I still know the words to NSYNC.
Right?
For me, I play a lot of Don't Hate Me, Duran Duran.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I said it. And guilty pleasure, Depeche Mode.
Right. So I'm going to kind of answer this question in a different way. So my favorite band of all time is Kiss. Okay, that's my favorite band. But when it comes to guilty pleasure band, I don't have a guilty pleasure band. I would say I'm a guy that my guilty pleasure is I like almost all music from the 80s. Duran Duran, Depeche Mode, Prince, Michael Jackson, 80s hair metal, 80s hair bands. I love everything. I mean, I'm even that guy that'll say, I'm not afraid to tell you, I like Boy George's stuff from the early 80s. I mean, to me, my guilty pleasure is pretty much everything from the 80s because it was just such a mix mash. Everything was hitting during that time and lots of good music from every genre, you know? Meatloaf, yeah.
The one song by Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight, it's that one part of the song that when the drums hit, boom, 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 boom.
Right.
Oh.
I can't not listen to that and not think about Mike Tyson punching.
Yeah, Mike Tyson.
But I listen to that song every day at work because we listen to oldies.
Maybe that's a different kind of thing because, like, when I hear that song, all I can think of is Miami Vice. That's all I could think of.
Really?
Yeah, because that song was used in the original Miami Vice TV show. They had an episode, and Phil Collins was actually in an episode of Miami Vice.
I'll be darned.
The craziest thing about that, and I know I'm getting off topic here, but the craziest thing about Miami Vice is if you ever go and see how many celebrities did come on the show. I mean, Ted Nugent was a bad guy. He was a drug dealer on there. I mean, they had so many people wanting to come on that show and just do whatever. So, yeah. Yep. All right, guys. How about this? First concert you ever went to?
Man, I got to admit this to the public.
Yeah.
All right. So I have two older sisters. One's 8 years older than me. And back in the day, They were giving away free tickets for every CD purchase. And my first concert was Shania Twain in Chicago, second row, leather pants. I'm not gonna complain. You can hate me all you want. I got to see it.
Right.
I'm actually on a DVD for that year, Chicago. You know, when she was in Chicago, I'm actually on the DVD as well.
Were you applying Armor All to the pants?
Fun fact about 30 Spray J is I can actually line dance.
There we go. Very cool. Very cool.
Mine was 1986 Cameo.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
damn.
Wow.
Wayback Machine. Sorry about that. I don't even know if the chat knows who Cameo is.
Yeah. Yeah. My first concert was 1986, I believe it was too, 86, and it was the Van Halen 5150 tour. The first tour was Sammy Hagar.
Way better than mine.
Yep, it was pretty crazy. Yeah, at Cobo Hall. Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I like me some Nickelback.
Yeah, what's wrong with Nickelback? Everybody hates them. I don't get it.
So because 30 Spray J loves when I do this, but I actually Jacoby from Papa Roach, the lead singer, I had to bodyguard him for a day when he came to one of the venues that I had to work at.
Save it for the show, Dino. Save it for the show.
Came up, man. It came
Let's
up.
get back on topic.
Next question.
Came up, man. All right. Worst song that always gets stuck in your head.
Man, I'm not even gonna say it's the worst song, but man, you will catch me singing some Miley Cyrus. I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours.
Don't stop.
Say things you don't understand. I can take myself down. See, I know it all. I know it all.
So glad you're here tonight. I got the Wee Man right here, and I'm gonna say Baby Shark. That is all.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I'm rocking him right now, so.
Right. I've got to say mine is probably Disco Inferno. I worked at a nightclub that did it was disco themed on Wednesday nights, and the DJ would play Disco Inferno first thing in the night, right? And it would be stuck in my. And then the problem is, I'm sitting there and he's playing this, and you find yourself going, dun, 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 you know, it gets stuck in the head. And then when I get off work, I'd hop in the truck and I have to blare Slayer to get it out of my head. So Disco Inferno is the one song that it just gets stuck in my head and I can't get it out there.
Well, Jacob's first concert blew mine out of the waters.
Yeah, Charlie Daniels. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Well, all right, fellas. Moving on to our next category. This one is from Chief. He says, "What phases did you go through growing up? Rock, goth, skater, jock?"
Oh man. I gotta say that I went through all those phases. Okay. My parents divorced, or my stepdad and my mom divorced when I was 11. I went from Michael Jackson to Slipknot very quickly. I did a little skating. I'm better on the PlayStation than I ever was. I actually busted my ass in front of the school, in front of everyone, coming off a driveway. I was the jock that hung with the stoners playing hacky sack, doing my thing, but I still scored those touchdowns. So I was a little bit of everything.
I'm gonna say I was an avid dirt biker, so we didn't have all the the Amazons and the computers where you can click on and order shirts. So the shirts that I had were you had to go through the magazines and things like that.
Right.
So I went through that phase, and I'm 55 now, and I still wear dirt bike stuff.
Right.
But then I started making money at stock boy, and I was like, I like these clothes; these are pretty fresh. So I think I went a little preppy and always had the nicer clothes on, went to school because I was working, I could afford it, and
Right.
so I think preppy for most of the time. But then I did have like a little bit of a, army pants and, tattered up clothes. So I didn't know where the hell I was at the time.
Right. I was definitely a metalhead for a lot of high school. I was a jock because I was a wrestler. I played football like 2 years, didn't care for it. I wrestled 3 out of the 4 years in high school. So I was a rocker, I was a jock, but I did have some preppy clothes I wore, but I don't know what category that fits into, and maybe you guys can help me this out. But do you remember back in the day when there was a company called Used and Machine and all them making clothing where you bought the top shirt and the matching
Yeah.
pants? Everybody
Yeah.
was doing that, and then so it was that, and then it was kind of like so NWA, and that it came out, and the gangster rap it came out. So then I was wearing LA Raiders and LA
Yeah.
King stuff with the starter jackets and all that kind of stuff. So
Woo!
yeah, so I was kind of like a social chameleon in high school because I got along with everybody, and I think I had a wardrobe to fit in with everybody. I could change on a dime, so kind of a little bit of. But the only thing I didn't have was skater, because if you ever tried to get me on a skateboard, man, I'd break probably every bone in my
Yeah.
body. So I
Yeah.
couldn't do it. Those guys had a lot of skill.
Do you remember? I know Santa might, but Jay probably won't. Jams,
I had them.
watches.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was actually going to ask you. Do you remember when they had they called them soap shoes, and they had the grinding rail attached to the shoe because
Yeah.
everyone was always jumping off the steps and kick flipping and grinding
Yep.
on.
You know, the one thing I wish I would have gotten, man, I wanted it so bad. And this is more of when I was in elementary school before I got to junior high. But dude, I wanted the Michael Jackson, the jackets. I wanted the red
Zippers.
one, the zipper one. I wanted
Had 'em.
that, and I wanted the black one, right? And I wanted them so bad. But the problem was is when they came out, like if you got the real ones, not the pleather ones, but if you wanted the real ones, at that time, you're talking 1985, 84. You're talking $600. It was crazy. So I never got those jackets, and plus I was kind of a fat kid, so they never had my size in anyway. And then the other thing I wish I could have fit into when I was a kid was parachute pants. Remember the
Oh,
parachute pants? I always wanted
Oh,
parachute
funny
pants.
story. Funny story about parachute pants. Never owned them.
Right.
Borrowed a buddy of mine when we went to Six Flags for the first time.
Right.
They put me on the giant drop in parachute pants.
Nice.
Those pants
Right.
were out to here. I'm screaming like a girl.
Right.
Yep. That was my parachute pants time.
Right. Man, they had some crazy clothing in the 80s and 90s,
Right.
man. They really did. All right, fellas.
I mean, did anybody else rock out the whole, crisscross, wear your pants backwards?
I never did that, but what was the brand that they had a brand that they always wore.
Oh,
I can't remember the name of the brand, but I did have a couple pairs of pants from that brand and a couple shirts. So yeah. Alrighty, fellas. What about here? Favorite trip destination. Let's start off with that. Favorite trip destination.
man, there's so much. I'm a foodie, so I mean, anywhere there's some good food, I would love to go on an island, but I can only swim. I can't tread, so that kind of defeats that purpose. I'm gonna have to say, because of my French grandmother, I to this day, hopefully by next year, I shoot out to Paris, France. I would definitely love to just go out there. And while I'm out there, you don't just have to stop at Paris. You can travel a little bit. You can go to
Right.
Greece, Rome, Italy, all that.
Right.
Every one of those I've been to. And got paid for it. So for me, I think I would like to go back to Jerusalem.
Mhm.
That was amazing. Rome was amazing. But a good fun trip that I had was with my dad going down to Daytona Beach Bike Week.
Right.
And we both had Harleys at the time, and he almost got arrested, and it was just so much fun. Just so much
Right.
fun. Yeah.
Right. I think my favorite, I actually got to live in Greece for 3 months. when I was in junior high school. I think it was between my 7th and 8th grade year, I believe. But I lived in Greece for 3 months, and I got to live on the beach. So that was probably one of my favorite destinations. I think a lot of it has to do is I have family over there, so I'm really not a tourist when I go over there. I've got family, so
Yeah.
we go to the non-tourist areas, and so. But I'll tell you, and you've been to Greece, correct, Chief? When you went to see the Acropolis and Parthenon in Athens, right? Tell me this, how much did it blow you away? Because when you see it from a distance, you're like, oh, that's really cool. And then you take the tram up, or what, I can't remember what it is. You go up there, and you're on this pretty much mountain. And when you're in the presence of this structure, it like blew me away. Did it blow you away pretty crazy?
Yeah, I was kind of an engineer in the service, and I
Yeah,
build stuff still to today. And I'm thinking, how did they do that? And it's all symmetrical and all perfect. And
right,
how back
right,
then it just blew me away, smoked me.
right, right,
Yeah, I definitely would love to visit Egypt. I love watching all the shows and all that. And, did they build it? Did someone else build
right.
it? Um, but my favorite trip destination, I gotta say it, guys. Y'all didn't say it, so I'm coming back and I'm saying it. Anytime we can get together for a beard comp or whatever,
Right.
this this community is what really brings it all out. I'm so excited when we did Worlds, that was talked about for months. Now we did Buckeye, that was
Right.
talked about for a few
Right.
months. Now we got to figure out the next one because
Right.
I got the beard comp blues.
One more thing before we move on. On the way up to Buckeye, my cousin Mickey was with us, and I told the story of going to Paris. And I remember when I was young, my grandfather saying he took a pee on the Arch of Triomphe. And I was there, and I was walking around it looking. I was thinking to myself, I wonder where he peed on
Right.
the Arch of Triomphe.
Right. Right.
I kind of wanted to do it too, just to keep the family thing going.
Right.
Oh shoot!
Right, fellas. Dream vacation you haven't taken yet. Where would
Mm.
you like to go?
Man, um, anywhere but the United States. I mean, I haven't been on the East Coast yet. I haven't been up to New York and Maine and everything. There's some good Halloween spots, Salem and all that. But I really want to broaden my horizons. I've never flown. Birthday's 9/11, so it's kind of scary for me to do so. But yeah, I definitely want to get out to Europe and everything. Take the kids, take my mom. I don't think my mom's ever been out of the United
Right.
States. So
Very cool. Very cool. Before you go, Chief, everybody in the chat,
Yeah.
chime in the chat. Let us know where where
yeah,
your dream vacation is.
definitely.
Chime in. Chime
I'm
in.
trying to keep up with it.
Chime in.
Um, you know, every country you just mentioned, I've been to once, twice, three times. Not bragging or nothing, but just that's part of the job. Um, I would like to take the Gold Wing on old Route 66
Yeah.
and just take my
Ooh,
time and see what's still there, and maybe have
yes.
a little tow behind with a little pop up and stuff, and just pull off the side
Yeah.
of the road and
Yeah.
go to the Grand Canyon and stuff like that. I think it would be so cool.
Right.
I gotta say, on the way to Buckeye, I mean, I was doing about 10 over. On the way back from Buckeye, man, I was cruising. We were on live together, a bunch of us, just listening to some music. When you have those times, when you're traveling, you have, you know your destination, but you just take your
Right.
time. That's always the best moments.
Right. I think my dream vacation. I have two spots that I've always wanted to go to. Um, I want to go to Alaska, whether it be either mainland or going to go on a cruise to Alaska because it's just beautiful, or going to Hawaii. I'd love to check out Hawaii. But
Ooh, yeah.
but I'll tell you what, Chief. You let me know maybe in a year or two if you want to do that Route 66. I can still ride a motorcycle, and I would do that with you.
Hell,
I
that'd
would I
be
would do that.
awesome, dude.
Yep. We just got to get Jay his cycle endorsement, and then we'll rent some motorcycles and go do it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Put me in the sidecar. I mean, all right.
Right.
Oh, Greg, I didn't know that. That'd be crazy, man. Meet up with you and then go to Bike Week. Man,
Yeah.
that's
That would
good
be
stuff.
cool too.
Hmm.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, all right, fellas. Next up, craziest road trip story.
Oh man. I got to go back to I think I was 12 or 13. I had compressed Achilles, so they actually had to put me in walking boots for the summer. So I was kind of a Goodwill Forrest Gump, and took those off. And my stepdad and I drove from Chicago all the way to Los Angeles in a U-Haul truck for a lawyer, full of furniture for his son. My dad was getting paid for it. Of course, had the best breakfast ever in Texas. And then, of course, my stepdad, being the gambling addict that he was, we had to stay in Vegas for a night. He ended up getting mugged, checking the padlock. And so we drove pretty broke all the way to LA, and then took a train all the way back from LA to Chicago. And I would say this was 19 in the 90s, whatever. They didn't have those speed limits on the Amtrak. So we were doing about 120, 150, bumping, everything. The train blew an engine in Kansas City. We got stuck there for 6 hours. Finally get to Chicago. I had, I don't know, train feet or whatever, jet lag, whatever, for like 3 days. That was the first time that I bought a Eminem cassette, and as long as my stepdad couldn't hear it, I learned a whole new category of my life. So yeah, that's my crazy road trip.
I don't have really crazy stories, but I had a expedition and it was lifted and had a roof rack on it and stuff. And my wife and kids were going to Scotland, and so I took them to Philadelphia because the family was leaving out of Philadelphia, and I took the family or the pets home, and go back later and pick them up when the vacation's over in Philadelphia from Ohio. And I got to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh gives me straight anxiety. And like I said, I'm in a lifted Ford Expedition with two dogs in it, and I missed my turn. Well, I couldn't get into the turn, so I had to GPS reroute, and it stopped. And there's a park, and it's like cobblestone walkway, and the GPS was saying you need to go this way, and it's about, I don't know, 100 yards to my street. I did one of these and went right through that park, balls out, ripping down, just pissed, hating Pittsburgh right now. Got on that street. Boom.
Right.
I was just waiting for a cop to nail me for that, but yeah,
Yeah.
impatient.
Oh, my craziest road trip one involves myself and a good friend of mine, Gary. I get a phone call on a Thursday. My buddy used to do a lot of online gaming when online gaming first kind of started. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm going to pick you up in the morning. We're going to Texas." I'm like, "What do you mean we're going to Texas?" He goes, "We're going to Midland." I'm like, "What for?" He goes, "Well, I'm going to hook up with one of my buddies down there, and this chick that I've been talking to, we're going to hook up with her." I'm like, "Man, I don't really want to go," but I'm like, I can't let this guy go by himself, right? So we get down there, and all I can say is, since it's a PG show, is that there were strip clubs, alcohol, and scantily clad women and craziness that happened. But I'll leave it at that. And that was my
Yeah,
craziest
baby.
road trip I ever been on, and
No.
I couldn't wait to get home. It was crazy. So, yep.
Well,
Alrighty.
we did drive to Texas from Ohio in a Ford Pinto.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
A Ford Pinto.
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Well, how about this? Best local food spot in your hometown.
Oh, oh my gosh. There's so many. Shout out Miller's Pizza, Gary, Indiana. Shout out Harold's Chicken in Chicago. the Still Mill sandwiches in Lake Station.
Mm.
I mean, Chicago food and the little trifecta of Chicago, whether it's 45 minutes, an hour away, or whatever, all that is good. But I go home, I'm definitely getting some deep dish Miller pizza. I'm definitely getting some chicken wings. I got to get a Chicago dog, and I got to get a gyro from the Greeks in Chicago. Shout
That
out.
doesn't even compare. Chicago Euros. I lived there for a year. They
I
don't
just,
compare.
I
Yep.
just look. I'm just now learning about Greek food.
What?
Okay,
You might
you guys have taught me
you might
so
as well go
much.
to Arby's and get one of those Euros compared
Oh,
to going to the
Oh
Chicago.
no, don't insult me. Okay, at least I said gyro. Okay, they call it a gyro at Arby's.
they do.
They do it better than the Chicago guys.
No,
Mine would be Naples. It's been here
there is.
forever, and they do something called a meatball or a sausage in a heel. They take an entire loaf of Italian bread,
Yeah.
they cut it in half, and they take all the inside bread out, and they put it on a plate, and they stand it up, and they'll fill it with hot sausage, cheese, marinara, or meatballs and marinara. Mm. I'll take you grab one next time you guys come.
Right.
Real quick, I'm just glad he did not say cold cheese pizza.
Ah, come on, you guys. That's good.
I
You
like
know
cold cheese. I
Yeah.
liked it, man. I liked
It,
it. It was good.
it was okay, but it's nothing to be like, oh my gosh, I gotta travel to Ohio because of cold cheese pizza. I could do that
Don't
here.
worry, Chief. Don't worry, Chief. Chicago pizza's not that good either.
Right. Right.
This is coming. This is
Sir.
coming from the guy who likes Chicago dogs, where they put a salad on your hot.
So Dino just had a little bit of a malfunction.
Oh no, I'm all by myself. What do I do?
Don't worry, Chief.
Oh, this is crazy.
But I'm kind of partial in my hometown because my favorite restaurant's no longer around. It was my parents' restaurant for 45 years. And if you like Greek food and you like breakfast, we specialized in breakfast. We did Greek food, and it's hard to find good. Where I'm at now, my hometown, it's hard to find homemade food anymore. Everybody's just buying from the food suppliers and playing microwave magic.
Yeah.
So where I'm at, it's hard to, unless you go to Detroit. There are some really good restaurants in Detroit that are still mom and pop owns, and but it's one of those things. Yep. Yeah, Turkish food. Yep.
Raven, we're gonna have to come up there and see you. I mean, you're right close to my stomping grounds. Dino's not that
I'm not
far.
that
I've
far.
never had Turkish
Yeah.
food.
Yep. Yep.
No.
A lot of the Turkish food is almost the same as Greek food too.
Yeah.
That whole area, it's pretty much a lot the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have to. You know what we got to do, Chief? Is next time we're with 30 Spray J, we've got to get him some ouzo. Oh yeah, we got to get him some ouzo. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've smoked ouzo. Does that count?
You don't
What-
smoke
what?
ouzo. You drink ouzo.
Oh,
You know it might
okay.
promote
All
some
right.
beard growth. If you drink it, it might promote some.
100.
Yeah. Give me a gallon.
Chest too.
Yeah, it does.
Make
All
you
right.
do dumb stuff.
Yes, it will. Yes, especially the homemade ouzo.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my.
All right, fellas. After school activities, sports, band, 4-H. What did you do after school? What were your after school activities?
Man, I was all about those contact sports, whether it was wrestling, football, basketball. And then I found out that there was money in motocross and dirt bikes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the girls in the motocross were a little bit better than the girls in the football. So I kind of chose the alternative route, went a little extreme.
Nice.
I have to piggyback on the dirt bike thing. Oh my God, I had one since I was 7 years old. I lived in the country. Well, you've seen where I live. You can go ride all the time. Played football. Do I watch football today? Absolutely not. But I played football. Okay. Let's see. I was in 4-H, karate. Just always doing something. And my parents, I God love them.
Yeah.
They were always toting me around somewhere, buying supplies for this, doing that. So very, very supportive on that end.
Really cool.
Ooh.
Nice.
What?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I need video.
So I
Back in the day, going to the roller
Yeah.
skate was
yeah,
the
That was
thing.
fun.
yep. I was into sports, only wrestling. I played football, but I wasn't into it. I got into wrestling, and then this I don't know if this counts, but working at my parents' restaurant.
Yeah.
Growing up in the restaurant, it was like, oh, you're not in school and you're not playing a sport. Guess what you're doing? You're
Go to work.
working, going
Hmm.
to work. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was working. But I wanted to be into dirt bikes, but my parents wouldn't let me buy a dirt bike. They thought I'd kill myself on it. So I had the pedal BMX bikes. I was into freestyle a little bit, doing some BMX stuff, but wrestling and working out. I was working out when I was in. I started kind of really heavy working out when I was 16 because I got my license and I was able to drive to Gold's Gym. So I started working out there, trying to get ready for wrestling season. But that was about it for me. Yeah.
I used to work out with my dad, and this is a Steel Valley where they make steel for everybody in the world.
Right.
And
Right.
those guys are insane, man.
Right.
The super suits, and the big belts and the smelling
Right.
salts and
Right.
steroids, and everybody's shooting each other. And dude, yeah, those guys were animals, man. Complete animals.
Oh,
It's crazy you bring that up, Chief, because I think, everybody's used to the gym nowadays where it's kind of
Yeah,
like a different vibe, right?
right.
When I started working out, and probably, we're only a couple years, difference between you and I. So we were probably hitting the gym. We probably started off in the gyms, probably kind of around the same area, and dude, it was nothing to walk in. You'd see these dudes, these giant guys, and I remember the first time I walked up to one because I'm like, hey, sir. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, what kind of protein powder and what kind of what kind of do you take? Because I was like, I'm a young kid and I'm just trying to figure out. And the guy looks at me, he goes, does it look like I take protein powder? I'm like, well, I don't know. You're a big dude. He goes, listen, he goes, I take a whole bunch of chemical. He goes, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm like, no, okay. But it was so rampant
Yeah,
back in that day. It's better hidden nowadays because the guys just aren't putting it out there. But man, it would be nothing back in the day when I went to the gym. You could walk up to these big guys and be like, "Hey, man, I'm looking for some gear. What are you looking for? I got a hookup. Boom, boom, boom." Just
or in their
rampant,
gym bag.
right in their gym bag. And I don't know about you, but I remember the first time I went into a locker room and
Yeah,
actually saw guys shooting up, and I'm like, "Holy crap, man!" Like
I
they had,
watched them shoot my
yeah,
dad. My dad was a power lifter. You could cut steak
right,
off his chest. He was huge.
right, right.
They're all mill workers, man. That's all they do is work out and make steel.
no,
Right. There was no shame back in the day. People were trying to get as big as they
no,
could, and some of those guys. You look at guys today, and you're like, you couldn't compete with these guys before. They were just cut from a
no.
different cloth, man. They were just monsters,
What your gym
So
back in the day was it like rusty weights and not clean and ripped freaking leather and crazy music playing and screaming and yelling and
so
yeah, not all
my
clean.
well, mine wasn't like that though, because so what happened was is when I got into the scene, Gold Gym had just came to the area, right?
Hmm.
But it was kind of one of those things where you couldn't be a wannabe going to those gyms. Could go
Right.
to this Gold Gym, right? Like you could, but people didn't talk to you. Like I wasn't a huge guy at that time by any means. And I wasn't putting up a lot of weight, but they recognized that I was there trying to be like a sponge, trying to because I would talk to people like, hey, I'm trying to build this, and these guys were like, hey, if you're doing that, do this. But there was everybody that was serious, either powerlifting or bodybuilding in that area. That's where they went to.
Yeah.
Everybody else kind of went to the foo-foo gyms, where
Right.
everything was super clean and it was all about, the social gathering and that. Gold's was like if I went there and I was sitting on a bench and I wasn't working out, you're gonna be like, get off, man. Like it's time. When you come in here, you're punching a clock. You're
Yeah.
working. If you're not working out, get off the equipment, So I kind of miss that because the gym I go to now, I get people that sit there and I'm like, come on, man. Like if you're not using the gym, not using the stuff, get off. Yeah. But different era, different time.
Yeah, I miss the old rusty weights and the
Yep.
stink. Just they didn't
Right.
smell good. They were they just get in there and
You
get the
know,
work done.
Speaking of that, because we talked about destinations, let me ask you this, Chief, and I'm going to walk it back for a minute. Um, at one point in time, I always just wanted to go out and see Venice Beach, Muscle Beach,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
see all those guys working out and just going to that gym one time and just getting a quick workout in to say, you know what, I worked out at Muscle Beach, man. That would have just been super cool, right? But
I'll bet you Tara's seen it because Tara's from California. I bet
right,
she's probably walked by it dozens of times.
probably. I bet you it was probably pretty cool just because I know they had that area where people
Yeah.
just watch people. That would have been pretty cool. Yep. Well, all right, fellas, moving on. Mayhem menu. Go-to comfort food. What's your go-to comfort food?
Oh man. I've been really trying to stick to this diet for the last year. So my go-to is steak and eggs. But sunflower seeds. Been into the sunflower seeds since I was 4. Never played baseball, but was always a sunflower seed guy.
Right.
And then some good old Milano cookies. Pepperidge Farms.
There's like 3 in the whole pack, though.
When you wake up and your hand's still stuck in the sleeve, you got a problem. Okay.
Oh
man.
Yep.
Comfort food. There's the box of oatmeal, the instant oatmeal. It's the banana nut bread one. I don't buy any other oatmeal really anymore.
Right.
I put a little bit of honey in it and a big spoonful of peanut butter in it, after it's microwaved and stuff. I don't know. It fills you up. It feels good, and you're happy and satisfied.
Right.
And
right.
it's good protein.
Right. I would kind of piggyback off Jay. One part is, dude, my comfort food, because I don't get to eat it a lot anymore, is probably steak. I love steak, man. I love steak, ribeyes, New York. It doesn't matter which one, but I just don't get to eat them anymore. And when I'm having one of those days and I'm like, hey, it's my cheat day, or it's my, I just want to eat, I'm going to get a steak somewhere.
How do you eat your steak, fellas? Like,
That's
we never talked about this. How do you eat your steaks?
Me,
medium rare, pink. Pink is my favorite color.
Pink is my favorite color. Yeah. Me, I like blood on the plate. Don't hate me, but I learned a long time ago that you turn the grill on 3 minutes, and it's done. Mm-hmm. And there's blood on the plate. Okay, we sop it up with some biscuits or something. I just found that to be delicious and tender.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm a medium rare guy too. Yeah. Yep.
Pink club.
Right. Well, while we're talking about steak, what's your favorite cut?
Oh man, I would say my stepdad hit the lottery when I was a kid and bought porterhouses and ribeyes and everything. It's got to have marble. It's got to have the fat on the edges where I can burn that fat up and just chew on that like a wolf.
Right.
But yeah, I would have to say like porterhouse.
Yeah, mine too. Porterhouse, then like a T-bone.
Mm. Oh yeah.
I would have to say it ties with me. It's ribeye or porterhouse. The cool thing about porterhouse is you get the strip side and you get the fillet side, where the T-bone you don't.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, prime rib, John Fox prime rib.
Yeah, prime rib is awesome, but I don't consider that. That's not really considered a steak.
I don't consider it a steak. I don't. It's
prime rib's one of those things, though. It's either good or it's okay, depending on how it's crusted, right? And then when I was working in the restaurant, my dad would make amazing prime rib, and I always laugh when I get people like, "Yeah, I'd like my prime rib well," and I'm like, "Why would you eat prime rib well, man? You're supposed to get it medium to medium rare." But to each their own, So, all right, fellas. What about favorite childhood snack?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so growing up poor, bologna and ketchup sandwiches. I can't eat it. I can't eat bologna now, but that used to be the thing. Ninja Turtle ice cream with the bubblegum eyes.
Yeah.
And then a good old plate of Irish nachos, which was just cheese fries, chives, the whole nine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say going out to the lake, the grandparents and your parents are there and doing a little cookout, and they would always throw you, 50 cents or $1, and you go up to the snack bar and get Swedish fish, those little
Swedish
jellies.
fish. Right.
Or the bottles of, Coke that are in the wax bottles. You
Yeah.
drink the stuff and then you chew the wax.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I would probably say Little Debbie snack cakes, man. That was my thing, dude. That was my jam for a long. Probably why I ended up being diabetic, right? But man, everything that Little Debbie had, man, the host of the little Swiss rolls, the little zebra cakes, and all that stuff, man. Right. All right. What about the weirdest food combo you secretly love?
Wait, this is Monday Night Mayhem. 5'5" tattoos. That's a weird combination. Sorry. Okay, no. So you put
this is not an adult show, Jay. This is a PG rated show, Jay. So keep it PG.
All right. So you put some spicy chili crisp. It's in the ethnic section of the Japanese section. About a cup of soy sauce and some minced garlic. Throw some hard-boiled eggs in there and let that sit for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. Actually sounds really good.
Yeah. We've talked about this before, and I've actually eaten it on the show. I don't like candy corns and I don't like pretzels.
Right.
But you take a couple candy corns and a couple of the small pretzels. It's magical. But separate, they're horrible.
Right. What's some ice cream?
I like hot dogs with peanut butter on them.
What?
So you take a hot dog.
Beef hot dogs, or it's got to be the cheap, nasty hot dogs?
Hot dog's a hot dog. They're all cheap and nasty.
Yeah.
So you put it on, and then you put peanut butter as a topping on the hot dog, and it actually tastes really good.
I want to try it for some strange reason now.
You know what? Let's do this. Why don't next Monday night, why don't we have hot dogs with peanut butter on them challenge?
And you got to drink Bob's pickle packet.
Oh, no.
My wife's been throwing them in my lunchbox every day.
Yeah.
And they're awesome. Yeah.
Are they? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's good for your hydration too.
Exactly.
Like untapped source right there. I used to be able to I used to flush myself with pickle juice.
Yep. All right, one food you'd cancel forever.
Tomatoes. Sliced tomatoes, I guess. I can eat everything, ketchup, pasta, diced tomatoes on my tacos, everything, but a slice of a tomato on a burger is the grossest, slimiest thing ever in my life.
I kind of agree with you. I love tomatoes, but cherry tomatoes, the little round ones, it's something about them. If you don't cut them up and you put a whole cherry tomato in your mouth and they pop, no. No.
Oh.
No.
Right. See, I don't like tomatoes either as far as but I like the byproducts. Like I love spaghetti sauce, I like pizza sauce, I like marinara, all that stuff. But another one that I don't like is I don't like beets.
Pickled beets?
Pickled beets.
Pickled beets is good. Yeah. Pickled beets. I got a jar right now.
Nope. Can't do them. Cannot touch the stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. How about this then? Best fair food. Fries, elephant ear, corn dogs, fried Oreos. What's the best fair food you've ever had?
Man, okay, first of all, I'm going to go backwards because I can do fried Oreos at home on the air fryer now. Don't do it. You'll get fat. A little pancake batter, Oreo, air fry, 10 minutes.
Done.
But I love me an elephant ear as long as they don't burn it. And man, I'm going for the fries. I love me some any kind of smothered fries. Put some meats, put some cheeses, 6 kinds of different cheese fries. Man, give me that. I'm not a big fan of corn dogs. Never have been. But yeah, definitely the fries, elephant ears, and then the fried Oreos, fried Reese's, fried cookie dough, whatever. Fry the snack, I'll eat it.
Fried butter. How do they do that? They freeze it?
Fried butter.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with everything you just said, but the fries are going to be the top. And I'm not going to put anything but vinegar and a little bit of ketchup and a little bit of salt and tons of pepper.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna have to agree too with the fries because if you get the fries and they're fresh cut fries and get them in there and you get the malt vinegar on them, they're absolutely amazing. I liked elephant ears too when I was growing up, going to the fairs. Elephant ears, like you said, Jay, as long as they don't burn them up. I'm a fan of corn dogs. I like corn dogs. Usually the ones you get at fairs, for some reason, they always taste better than the ones you can get everywhere else. I've never had a fried Oreo. I've never had the crazy stuff. But I did do a lot of that stuff at the restaurant because I had a deep fryer, so I could fry everything I wanted to. So I tried a whole bunch of stuff. But the weirdest one I've seen that they were doing, and it was like a year ago or 2 years ago, and I don't know how they did this, but they were deep frying Kool-Aid. Yeah, look it up. They were deep frying. They were taking Kool-Aid, and they're putting. I don't know how they did it, but it was a big thing. I think at the Texas State Fair, and the other big one too was deep fried watermelon. It was deep fried.
Yeah, I've had deep fried watermelon.
So yeah, so there was some interesting stuff that there, but the Kool-Aid one was crazy. I couldn't figure out how they were doing it, but there was one guy who came out with it, and I think it was at the Texas State Fair.
Oh,
deep
okay.
fried Kool-Aid.
So,
yeah.
Deep fried Kool-Aid consists of deep fried balls flavored with Kool-Aid mix. The dish was invented in 2011 by a Chicken Charlie in San Diego.
There was a big one at Texas. They were dropping it at Texas. The other thing that I could never understand is how you can deep fry sticks of butter.
Right.
Because you're putting that heat to it. How does it not just melt out?
Freeze it. Right. You got to freeze it for a certain amount of time.
But
man,
the thing though is
I didn't get this body just because I don't know how to cook.
Right.
But we used to drink a little bit in Scotland when I lived over there. Obviously, a little bit, and we'd leave the bars and go get a fish and chips, and they were amazing. But we always got a jar of pickled mussels, and sometimes pickled mussels are fire.
I love mussels. I've never had pickled mussels.
Dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know you could do that.
And then they would do
Let me see if I can
deep fried, they called it a Mars bar, but it's kind of a Snickers bar. They deep fry those. Dear Lord, change your life.
Yeah, the deep fried Snickers bars I've done. Yeah, those are actually pretty, you can make them pretty easy. Those ones are good. Yeah. All right, fellas, moving on. Let's have some fun. Best Big Brother advice you've ever been given.
Walk up to that girl, no matter how much you think she's out of your league. Shoot your shot because you miss every shot you don't take.
Yep.
Mine was a long time ago. I was, I think, an E5 in the service, and I think I was going up for like a Sailor of the Quarter board or something. And this first class told me, he says, to be a good leader, you take everybody you've ever worked for, and even the bad ones, and you find each person that has something amazing that you respect and you love, and you lock that away. And then even the bad ones, the stuff that they did bad, you lock that away too.
Right.
So you know what not to do, and you just combine all those leaders that you've worked for and kind of take from each one of them. And I was like, that makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I was told by a very wise man that if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So, so you got to believe in yourself, or nobody else will. Because if you're not cocky, not saying to be cocky, but if you're not confident in yourself, nobody will follow you. Nobody will listen to you. So you need to be very confident. You have to be confident of yourself, or else nobody else will.
Right.
Yep.
Before we move on, Jacked Up Leather fried PB and J.
Yeah.
Those little Uncrustables, right?
Yeah.
They're really good, right? I
Mhm.
just thought they were kid sandwiches, but they were giving them away at work one time.
No.
They're good, but they're cold. They're better. But my question is, what do they do with the rest of it that they don't use, like the crust? What do they do?
Yeah, I want all the crusties. Okay. But if you take Uncrustable, air fry it for 5 minutes.
Right. Right. Well, all right, fellas. Craziest thing you've ever done for a dare?
You said this was a family
I'm
show,
thinking.
bro.
Keep it PG.
I don't know if I have anything PG, sir. No, I can say I've done some streaking. There ain't no shame in this game. You've seen the dump truck. You ain't seen the rest of it. But I'll be naked. I'll run around naked. I don't think so now. I mean, I'm grown up now. But man, back in the day, you tell me to take my pants off, I'm running.
I honestly don't know, man. Yeah, most of the stuff I did when I was younger is
Right.
it's not for this show. You know, being a military guy for that long, guys,
Right.
make you do a lot of weird stuff, and
Right.
you can't back down. You got to go do it.
Right.
You gotta go.
Right. The only PG thing I can say is lately is doing that back waxing at the Buckeye Beer Battle.
Yeah. Waxing that trans stamp is what Finest said.
Right.
I'm sorry for all that saw my ass crack. I tried to wear better boxers.
That thong is nasty, dude. You need to get rid of that thing.
Right.
It says Papi Chulo on the front. I will never get rid of it.
Oh man. Yeah. Moving right along, if the three of us, and I had this question set up because I thought there was going to be four, but if the three of us had to form a boy band, what's the name?
Two Greeks and a black.
Wow.
I should have studied this first. Wow.
What do we say? What the ship has sunk?
Scuttle the ship.
Scuttle the ship.
We're going down, baby.
I think if we called ourselves Destined to Fail, that way we're not setting our bar up high. So if we do fail, everybody like, well, it was called Destined to Fail anyway. You can't fault them guys, right?
Oh man, that's so true.
Yeah. So what do you think, guys? Destined to Fail, is that going to be our boy band name?
Sure, Dino, but your lead singer, Chief does the dances.
Oh boy.
I just threw my back out. Three Stooges,
boy.
very good, John Fox.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it'd be kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, fellas. We've actually completed all the questions of the night.
In an hour.
And let's get to one of the important things here. No, actually we have one more. I forgot. Video game system, Atari, Nintendo. What was your first video game system?
Man, okay. Look, y'all can make fun of me all you want. I rocked Nintendo all the way until PlayStation 2 came out, and finally got the nerve to ask my parents for a PlayStation 2.
Nice.
Wow. I'm old man. My neighbors had Pong. Yes, sir, Pong. And our first system was ColecoVision. I don't know if you've even ever heard of them.
Yep. Coleco had the weird controller on with the push buttons and that. Yeah, I remember that.
And the balls. And
So mine was the Atari 2600. And I don't know if you remember a store called Kmart's, but my mom would be like, hey, what do you want to do after work? I'm like, take me to Kmart. She's like, okay, we'll go shopping there. And I go to Kmart's because they always had the Atari on display. And you could go play the Atari. So I always wanted to go there. And then
No.
one Christmas, I begged my mom because that was like $100 back in the day.
They
That
were a
was
lot.
big money. Yeah, and
No.
I finally got it, and I was so happy. I got the Atari 2600.
The
That was
good one.
fantastic. The good one. Yeah,
Ooh, the good
that was
one. The good
fantastic.
one.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a
The benefit.
5600?
What's that?
Wasn't there a 5600 after that?
I think there was, but the problem is once they started getting to that, like Nintendo was dropping,
Yeah.
and Nintendo basically wiped
Oh,
Atari out. Man, they didn't
oh,
have a chance. Yeah,
big
they
time.
wiped them out. Yeah,
The good,
yeah,
the good thing about having Nintendo for as long as I did was the fact that I got to catch up on all the
right,
games. You were getting Nintendo games for $2,
right,
$3, $1. So I would get stacks for
right.
Fun
Christmas.
story. Got married in Scotland, and we stayed with my mother-in-law. And the first thing after we got married, we bought was a TV, a 27-inch TV, and Nintendo. And me and my wife
Nice.
played Mario Brothers and
Heck yeah.
all that. Just,
Oh
oh
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
That's
mm,
awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, all right, fellas. That actually completed the question portion. But next up, Chief, let's talk about Elf Team 6 and the selection. What's going on with that?
man, a lot. we need we need to get this either started or something. But I've just
Right.
been so damn busy.
Right.
So
The plan was we were originally going to talk about this at Buckeye Beer Battle
yeah,
because, we're all like, oh, we'll have plenty of time at Buckeye Beer Battle. We can get all
no,
this stuff squared away. And there was absolutely zero amount of time to talk business there. But I guess I can say it. We do have somebody else who's going to be helping us with Elf Team Selection, Chief.
oh, who's that?
And we have Melissa from Copper Johns is actually going to be helping.
Oh,
And I have one more person I'm going to reach out to. I have to reach out to her. And once we get that done, and we will actually figure it out, and we will actually do a video on the Elf Team 6 selection and getting it going. But remember, everybody, go to Tactical Santa Order Facebook page and post you are in. It is coming, and I'll tell you what, man, I'm so excited about this because, I mean, not trying to blow your ego up, Chief, but you are such a great leader when it comes to stuff like this, and I think a lot of people are going to get motivated by you, and I think people will enjoy everything that you're going to do. And that was for the smack. That's a real smack, Jay. That's how we do a real smackdown around here. But I think people are going to get a lot out of it from you, from Melissa, and if I can get the other person, I think it'd be great because you really. So Tactical Santa likes to say, "I live what I preach and preach what I live," and you definitely do that, Chief. So I think a lot of people will
Yeah.
get that from you, and it's going to be such a great thing to do. And segueing in off of that, we're going to get into the Chiefs pick.
being alone is better than being used.
Oh, yes, sir. You can find, okay, look, self development on yourself when you're alone. All these people that are great, oh, I dropped all this weight and everything. That's that pain that you put in. That's that work you put in. You work on yourself mentally, physically. You're going to feel better looking at yourself in the mirror every day.
Yep. I 100% agree. My thing is this: I can be miserable by myself. I
Sure.
don't need people around to make me miserable. Um, I don't keep, in not the real world, I shouldn't say it, but in my world around me where I live, I don't have a lot of friends. I keep my friends very, very limited because I've been burned too many times because connections I used to have. Oh, you're a bodyguard. You know this person. You have this. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody tries to be your friend. They use you. Even in the firearms instructor world, it's another thing. You got to keep everything in that world. It is my rice bowl, and I'm not letting you in because everybody will steal from you. So I keep it very short. My thing is, if I want to be miserable, I can be miserable by myself, and I have no problem being by myself. I can actually hear myself think better when I'm alone. So, yep.
Yeah. My take on that is um, I'm a builder, like Chris from True North. He works with his hands and builds things. I build things. I make things. I create things out of my head. I made money for 10 plus years on the side. laying tile and doing, all this talented jobs that nobody wants to do. And then I kind of moved up to Ohio and people knew I was talented, hey, can you do crown molding? Sure. How much you charge me? I don't worry about it. And then
Right.
after the job's done, they don't have your number or say hi anymore. You know what I mean? And like you guys said earlier, when I work on something, I don't want help from
Right.
people. Why?
Right.
Because I'm in my head. I'm thinking 10 steps ahead. I have a path back and forth to my chop saw or my tile saw or whatever I'm working on. You're going to get in my way. So
Right.
I work better by myself. I know where
Right.
everything's at. I know where I put my pencil, my, all that stuff.
Right.
So I'm in my head. I like it there. If you showed up and you started talking about something, I lose
Right.
complete focus,
Right.
and I'd rather be by
Well,
myself.
let me ask you this. This kind of goes with this too, right? So you ever get it where somebody asks you, like, you're a professional in this area. You're a professional at this, or you know how to do this. So, what's your opinion on this? And you give it to them, right? Because you're like, hey, I want to help you out. And then they want to argue with it, and they want to go. So, and then you're like, well, why'd you even ask me that?
Why?
Like, why? Like, why are you wasting my time?
Yeah.
I get people that come up and they ask me about firearms, and I'm like, okay, here's my unbiased thing, blah 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 blah. And they're like, well, my buddy who does this, he says this. I'm like, what does your buddy do for a living? Oh, and I'm not slacking on anybody when I say it, but oh, he drives a tow truck. I'm like, well, gosh, he must know a lot more than me about firearms. It's not like I
Yeah.
get paid to do this to train people, but go
Mhm.
ahead. So it's one of those where it always cracks me up when people do that, right? So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, got another new point here, Chief and Jay. For any small batch companies, any of the beer companies out there, would you like to have a discount code on the Monday Night Mayhem show? Let us know in the chat or get a hold of us. But when we say this, just so everybody knows this, we're not looking for sponsorship. If you want to have a discount code on the show, we're not looking for any money. We don't want to be paid. All we want to do is help all these awesome small batch companies out there. So if you do want to have a discount code, get with us. We will put it on the show. We'll put it on the banners, let everybody know. But like I said, we're not looking for any money, any sponsorship. We already have unpaid promotional ads by 30 Spray J, so we don't really need to make any money because we get our promotions for free.
Free,
So
baby.
free. So yeah.
We're
So we
using
don't.
it.
We got to talk about this
Using it.
contract, guys. Like,
Hey, I'd also like to
something.
add too,
Mhm.
if you get, Mayhem 10 or whatever the code is, and instead of sending us money, you
Right.
can reinvest it in your company, which is cool. You
Right.
can make a donation every quarter to a veterans,
Right.
homeless shelter, whatever local. So
Right.
Yes.
do that because
Yes.
we're not looking to make
Right.
money off of this, but we want to help the small batch companies and get your name out there and do something good with that couple bucks here and there.
Right. Right. Exactly. Alrighty. And here we go. Final thoughts, guys. Any final thoughts?
Well, doing something good, reach out to a brother, reach out to a sister, see how someone's doing. Tell them to have a good day today. That one sentence, two sentence comment, like anything, could change somebody's attitude.
Right.
Like I said at the beginning, last few days this week has been kind of rough for everybody, and
Right.
we don't bring up politics or
Right.
things that
Mhm.
happen in the news, but it's kind of grim. So we decided to do something that was just fun, just so you guys could sit down and
Right.
laugh with us and comment and go back old memory lane and things like that. And
Right.
I enjoyed this. It was good. It was relaxing. I don't have any notes sitting here, and it was all
Right.
off the cuff and really fun hanging out with my brothers and everybody in the chat. So thank you all.
Right. Right. I would like to say too that every one of us is easily reached. Sometimes I know I got people that have my number, and sometimes it takes me a little bit to get back with you on text messages or messages. I am human. I've got a job, and as Chief will tell you, I'm a vampire. I got so many irons in the fire. I'm crazy running around, but we will definitely get back to you. If you need to vent to somebody, get a hold of one of us. We're always here. We're always good listening ears to talk. Reach out to one of us. We'll talk to you. But just understand that all of us do have jobs. So sometimes we can't get to that text message as soon as we'd like to,
Yeah.
but we will answer and respond back to you. And Chief, I forgot to ask you a question when it came to like the 80s clothing line. Did the bearded Chief ever wear Jordache jeans?
No, couldn't afford them, and I think it was just the girls that wore the Jordache. I don't remember the guys wearing Jordache.
There were guys wearing Jordaches. Yeah,
We were
Jordache
more
jeans.
like Wranglers and Levi's, and
Right,
I think that was about it.
right.
Husky jeans,
Yeah.
corduroy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I gotta tell you what, guys. I think this has been one of our better shows we've had in a long time because
yeah,
we just got to have fun, and I think everybody here kind of learned a little bit more about each one of us. Fun
maybe.
times. But yeah, like I said, awesome show, guys. Um, any other final thoughts before we go into this? No, I do have one final thought. One
No.
final thought. Please, if you can, 30 Spray J. What is the name of your YouTube channel?
30 Spray J. Just look me up. No spaces. 30 Spray J. I got some shorts
We
on
got to
there.
get him to 50 so he can go live. So that way, I'm not always doing the lives and I can just be a guest on his shows. So that way, I don't have to do everything anymore. But please, folks, do us a big favor. Get 30 Spray J to 50 subscribers so he can go live because, as you've probably noticed, one thing that Chief and I take a lot of pride in is we like to get new content creators and bring them up because that's what we're all about, bringing the up and comers up, giving them a chance. So definitely like and subscribe to 30 Spray J because he is our little brother and he is doing some awesome stuff. But anything else, fellas? Nothing?
No. Love y'all. Thank you for having me. Love everyone in the chat. Anybody that needs somebody, always reach out. It may not be right immediately, but we will always respond.
Right. So I wonder if I can do this 2 nights in a row. Chief, you would have been so proud. I did the Santa Tom on the suplex inning, and I did it right.
Nice.
So I'm going to see if I can't do it 2 nights in a row, right? So the world could use a little bit more kindness. So please show everybody kindness and always keep Christmas in your heart. And I would like to say, what would Santa Tom do? That should be what everybody looks at when they're looking at things. What would Santa Tom do? Because he is such a great, amazing man. So if you're ever down, ever in a situation, what would Santa Tom do? And with that being said, we love you all. Thank you for watching the show, and we will have an amazing show next week. Brothers, have a good one.
Peace.